whatever we study from this point onwards, it is an core aspect of your syllabus. So we are looking at a word called 0. So 0 has to do with input, the input called 0. So it has to do something with the input. So we are looking at a function f of x which does this particular operation, x plus 10. That is, whatever input you give, it will add 10 and then give the output. So we have the following inputs. 10 is the first input and we get an output of 20. Quite simple, right? The next one is for 3 it is 30. For minus 5 it is plus 5. For minus 10 it is 0. For input of 0 I'll get an output of 10. So now there is a value, there is an input which is a 0 and rest of it is not 0. Okay, not numerical 0, I'm talking about this 0. Yes, it's kind of confusing, but we're not talking about the magnitude 0. We're talking about something which is not, sometimes 0 can be the 0, this 0. Okay, I know it's confusing. So just wait for a few seconds, you'll understand it. So can you guess what is that value in this list, in this 6 file numbers, which is called the actual 0, the name 0, the 0, we'll call it as the 0. Did you guys guess? It is minus 10. It is the 0. Why? It is the value, it is the input which makes the output to be 0. 0 itself is not making the output to be 0, it is making it to be 10. So 0, the numerical 0 is not the 0 of the polynomial. So 0 of a polynomial definition is, if I want to define it, is that input value or values. Sometimes there can be more than one value. Sometimes there might be not any value at all. So we'll be seeing all of this in future. 0 of a polynomial is that input value which, this is the important part, makes the output to be equal to 0. Okay, right? Sometimes yes, 0 itself can be the 0, numerical 0 can be the 0, but yeah, a lot of times 0 itself might not be the 0. Okay, so now I have one more example to make it a bit more clear. I have a function f of x, I have a machine which takes in one variable input and gives out a complicated math, it gives me some output. So we are looking at minus 4 as the first input. So if I put minus 4 in place of x everywhere, minus 4 the whole square is 16. Then we have minus 5 into minus 4, that is 20, and then plus 6. So clearly the output is a value which is greater than 0, right? And that happens to be equal to how much is this? 16, 16, 22, 42, right? Next one. So we have 3, so 9 minus 15 plus 6. So 9 plus 6 is 15, minus 15 is 0. So yes, we have a bingo, 3 is the 0. Okay, but let's check other values also. Let us see what we get. Then we have minus 1. So minus 1 square is plus 1. Minus 5 into minus 1 is plus 5. Plus 6. And it's a value which is equal to 12. So not a 0. Then we have 2. So 2 square is 4. Minus 5 into 2 is 10. Plus 6. So 10 minus 10 is 0. And one more bingo, we have 3 and 2 to be the zeros of this particular polynomial. Okay, so the zeros of f of x, of this particular f of x, is 3 and 2. 3, 2. That is, if I take this as the input, I'll get an output, right? I'll get an output which is equal to 0. Why is the idea of 0 important? Actually, it's a simple explanation. I think that is best taught when you see the graph and few practical aspects, then I'll be able to explain it better. But yeah, it's not that complicated. The idea is not too complicated. You'll understand in time. Please enroll to our program at chalkpieceacademy.com, wherein we'll be teaching you a lot more tricks for faster simplification calculation, DIY projects. We'll code with Python. We'll work with Arduino Uno. There are a lot more magic tricks and the physics behind it. They are printable materials which will help you recap and understand things better. We'll have live revision and doubt session 2 months before your term exams. It's very cost effective. There would be no ads or any kind of distractions, and we have a dedicated app to help you guys with this.